All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be diving deep today on the 2024 Ford Maverick.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, and we're going over a review from Truck Report Geeks.
Yeah, they seem to like this one.
Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty popular little truck. I've heard a lot about it.
Right.
And we're going to see if it lives up to the hype. You know, they're saying that it's the perfect truck for city driving.
Okay.
Fuel efficient and surprisingly powerful.
That's interesting.
So let's see if it really measures up.
Right. Well, the Truck Report Geeks, they actually gave the Maverick a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, they were really impressed. And, you know, it is interesting how the Maverick is trying to fit into this.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Tell me.
I was going to say, it seems like it's in its own category.
It really is. It's not quite a traditional truck.
Yeah.
Not quite an SUV or a crossover.
Right.
It's this kind of in-between.
Yeah.
And they really seem to like that it drives like a car, but it still has that truck versatility. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what seems to be drawing people to it. It's not trying to be this big, bulky, you know...
Work truck.
Yeah, work truck. It's for somebody who wants the utility of a truck bed, but they don't need to, you know, haul a bunch of lumber every day.
Right. And, you know, one of the things that they highlighted was the acceleration.
Yeah.
The standard engine is a 250 horsepower,
Okay.
turbocharged four-cylinder, which actually can be pretty peppy.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a fun truck to drive.
Yeah. And you can tow
Wow.
up to 4,000 pounds with the optional tow package.
4,000. Wow. That's more than I thought I could do.
Yeah. So, you know, it's not just a city toy.
Right.
Now, of course, if fuel economy is what you're looking for,
Right.
they do have a hybrid option.
Okay.
And this uses a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with an electric motor.
Okay.
And are you ready for this? It gets 42 miles per gallon in the city.
42. My car doesn't even get that.
That's amazing.
That's incredible for a truck.
It is. I think that's why they gave it a 10 out of 10 for fuel economy.
Yeah, for sure.
They were blown away by how efficient that hybrid is.
Yeah.
You know, and it still has enough power
Right.
for everyday driving. Now, speaking of driving, they did give the overall driving experience a 7.3 out of 10,
Okay.
which is still pretty good. They said it handles well,
Okay.
especially for a truck.
Yeah.
That's partly due to its unibody construction.
No, remind me what that is. I always forget.
Basically, a unibody design means that the body and the chassis are all one piece,
Okay.
unlike traditional trucks that have a separate body on a frame.
Okay.
This makes the Maverick feel more like a car.
Okay. Got it.
Smoother handling, tighter turning radius.
So it's zippy around town, easy to park.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, they did mention a couple of downsides to the driving experience.
Oh, okay. There's always downside.
They said the steering can feel a little bit numb,
Okay.
not a lot of feedback from the road,
Right.
some body roll when you're cornering quickly. But, you know, it is a truck.
It's a truck.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to handle like a sports car.
Right.
Exactly.
But as long as it's comfortable and predictable,
Yeah.
which they said it was, I think most people would be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about comfort. Let's move to the interior.
Okay.
What do you think? What did you hear about the interior?
Well, I know they gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
It's pretty good.
And I know they said it wasn't like super luxurious, you know, a lot of hard plastics.
Right, a lot of trucks have that.
Yeah, but good build quality.
Okay.
And they liked all the little storage compartments.
Yeah, you know, they said that they liked that it didn't feel cheap.
Right.
And then also you get that higher seating position
Right.
that a lot of truck owners like.
That commanding view of the road, like you're the king of the road.
You can see everything. And that can actually be a safety benefit, too.
Oh, right.
You have better visibility.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of safety, they gave it an 8.9 out of 10 for safety.
Oh, wow.
Before we go on to that, though, I do want to hear a little bit more about
Oh, sure.
the interior and the storage.
Because I know they said clever storage.
Yeah.
What kind of storage are we talking about? Because this is important for people who are using their truck to haul stuff.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
They were especially impressed by the underseat storage,
Okay.
which is great for hiding valuables,
Oh, yeah.
keeping things organized.
He's smart.
And then there's also a lot of cubbies and compartments throughout the cabin.
Oh.
So you can stash your phone, your water bottle, all those little things.
Right. All that stuff that just floats around your car.
Yeah. You know, they said that Ford really put a lot of thought into maximizing the space and practicality of the Maverick.
Well, that's good. Because I am one of those people that accumulates a lot of things in my car.
Yeah, sure.
What about the back seats, though? I mean, it is a compact truck. Can you actually fit people back there?
Yeah, they said it was decent for shorter trips.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to want to take 4 adults on a road trip.
Right.
But for everyday use, it's perfectly adequate.
Okay.
And there are 2 complete sets of LATCH connectors for child seats.
Oh, that's important.
In the rear outboard seats.
Okay, good. So it is a practical vehicle.
Yeah.
It has good gas mileage,
Mm-hmm.
decent space for passengers. But let's get to the truck bed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
That's the whole point of a truck, right?
Okay, so the truck bed, I mean, it is a compact pickup.
Right.
So we're not talking about a massive hauling space.
Right.
But they did seem pretty impressed with what Ford did with the space they had.
Yeah, they made the most of it. It's a 4.5-foot bed,
Okay.
36 cubic feet of cargo space,
Right.
1,500 pounds of payload.
So you could still like haul furniture and stuff.
Absolutely. Gardening
Really?
supplies,
Yeah.
camping gear, that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it can handle like your weekend warrior stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's not going to replace like a heavy-duty pickup for serious hauling,
Right.
but for most people, that's probably plenty.
Yeah, and they really like that multifunction tailgate.
Oh, yeah. What's so special about that? I was reading about that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So imagine you have some longer items,
Right.
like lumber or plywood,
Right.
sticking out past the tailgate.
Right.
Now, instead of struggling with ropes or bungee cords,
Yeah.
you can actually configure the tailgate
Oh, wow.
to act as a support, extending the length of the bed.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's like having an extra pair of hands.
I like that. So for like DIY projects,
Absolutely.
that's perfect.
Weekend adventures.
What other features did they mention that made the bed so practical?
Well, they really like the tie-down cleats.
Okay.
They're all throughout the bed, so you can secure your cargo however you need to,
Okay.
and then you can get an optional in-bed power supply,
Oh, really?
so you can charge tools, run a small refrigerator.
That's awesome.
You even have lights for camping.
So it's like you have this mobile power station
Exactly.
in your truck bed.
Right, and again, it just shows that they designed this for people who want to use their truck for more than just hauling.
Yeah.
This is about
Like a lifestyle.
lifestyle, being active.
It's versatile,
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Okay, so we've got practicality,
Mm-hmm.
fuel efficiency,
Yep.
decent interior.
Huh.
What about the price tag?
Ah, well, this is where it gets fun. Truck Report Geeks gave the Maverick a perfect 10 out of 10 for value.
Wow.
Yeah, and not just the sticker price, which is pretty good. Starting at $23,400 for the base XL trim.
That is a good price.
It is.
Okay.
But also they considered fuel costs and predicted reliability,
Right.
which we'll talk about later, but that's also excellent.
Okay, so it's affordable up front, and it's not going to kill you with, like, maintenance and stuff later.
Exactly. Now, they did mention different trim levels.
Okay, yeah, there's, like, the XLT and the Lariat.
Yeah,
and-
there's the XLT, which adds some nice things like the in-bed power supply and lighting.
Okay,
And then you go up to the top-tier Lariat.
all right.
That's where you get into the luxury features.
Ooh, tell me about the Lariat. I want to know what's in there.
All right, so the Lariat comes with synthetic leather upholstery,
Ooh, fancy.
heated front seats, premium stereo system.
Even more advanced driver assistance features.
All right, I'm sold, but it's probably expensive.
Yeah, can get pricey. But here's what's interesting. Truck Report Geeks recommended sticking with the base XL trim.
Really? Why is that?
Well, they felt that the XL offered the best bang for your buck.
Okay.
It comes with everything you really need. Powerful engine, great fuel economy, all those clever storage solutions.
Yeah.
And it even has standard safety features.
Yeah.
Like automatic emergency braking and lane keeping assist.
Okay.
You add all those bells and whistles of the higher trims.
Yeah, you're going to be paying a lot more.
And they felt like for most buyers, the base model was a better value.
So they're saying don't get caught up in the fancy stuff?
Yeah. Don't pay for what you don't need.
Yeah, you don't need. The base model is a fantastic truck.
Exactly. And that really sums up the Maverick's appeal. This is a truck that's designed to be practical, affordable, efficient,
Right.
without sacrificing the things that matter.
It's a truck for like the everyday person.
Yeah. For the person that, wants a vehicle that works as hard as they do.
Exactly. So it's not just about hauling cargo.
Right.
It's about hauling like the stuff of your life,
Yeah, your work gear, your hobbies, your family.
your adventures.
Yeah. It's about a lifestyle.
All right, before we get too caught up in that,
Sure.
let's talk about safety. Because I know they gave it high marks in this area.
Yeah, they gave it an 8.9 out of 10.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and it got 4 out of 5 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Okay.
And they said it comes standard with a suite of advanced safety features.
Like what?
Automatic emergency braking lane,
Okay.
keeping assist, rear view camera.
Okay, so it's got the basics covered.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
But if you want even more peace of mind, you can add things like blind spot monitoring,
Right.
rear cross traffic alert, and adaptive cruise control.
Oh, yeah, all those good things. It's like having a co-pilot.
It is.
Yeah.
Helping you navigate the roads safely.
Speaking of navigating, I know they mentioned something about the braking in the hybrid model.
Oh, yeah. So the hybrid uses regenerative braking,
Okay.
which basically means when you brake, the electric motor helps to slow you down,
Okay.
and it captures some of that energy and recharges the battery.
So it's like a little energy boost every time you brake?
Kind of. Now, they did say it can feel a little grabby at first.
Okay.
You know, it engages more abruptly than a traditional gas-powered car.
Right.
But once you get used to it, they said it becomes pretty intuitive.
Okay. It's just a little adjustment period, but nothing too weird.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked design. We've talked features.
Practicality, safety.
Uh-huh.
But there's one really important thing that we haven't talked about yet.
What's that?
Reliability.
Oh, yeah. You don't want a truck that's always breaking down.
No. Especially if you rely on it for, like, your work or your commute.
So true.
So what's the verdict?
Well, they gave it an 85 out of 100 for reliability.
Okay.
And J.D. Power gave it a predicted reliability score of 82 out of 100.
Okay.
Which is considered great.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah, it seems like the Maverick should be a dependable vehicle.
And Ford's been making trucks forever,
Right.
so they know what they're doing.
They do. They know how to build a truck that lasts.
So it seems like they've hit the mark with the Maverick.
Yeah, they really have.
I mean, it's affordable, it's practical,
Fuel efficient.
safe, reliable.
Hmm.
What more could you ask for?
It really does seem like a winner.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not just about the features and specs.
Right.
It's about the lifestyle that the Maverick represents.
It is. What is that lifestyle?
Well, it's about being active.
Okay.
It's about being versatile.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about embracing a more adventurous way of life.
Yeah, like the Maverick's going to help you get out there.
Absolutely.
Do all the things.
It's the perfect vehicle for that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we've covered a lot.
We have. It's been a good discussion.
Now, for our listeners, I want you to just imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Where would you go?
Yeah.
What would you do? How could this truck enhance your life?
It's a good question to think about. You know, if you're interested in this blend of practicality, efficiency, and style, do your own research.
Yeah.
See if it might be right for you.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 2024 Ford Maverick.
It's been fun.
We've got one more part coming up, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so we've spent all this time talking about the Maverick and its features, but I'm curious, like, how does it fit into the bigger picture of what's going on in the car world right now?
That's a really interesting question. I think the Maverick kind of reflects a few key trends that we're seeing in the industry.
Okay.
You know, one of the biggest ones is this whole move towards electric vehicles.
Right.
You can't go anywhere without hearing about EVs these days.
Right. Every car company is like, we're going all electric.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Maverick itself isn't fully electric.
Right. It's a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It offers that hybrid option, which I think is a good kind of stepping stone
Right.
for people who aren't ready to go fully electric yet.
Right.
But, you know, they still have the gas-powered options, too.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like we're in this transition period
Yeah.
where you've got these different technologies kind of coexisting.
So the Maverick's like hedging its bets.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And it makes sense because in a lot of places,
Right.
the infrastructure for EVs isn't quite there yet.
Right. You can't charge everywhere.
Exactly. So a hybrid gives you that fuel efficiency
Yeah.
without that range anxiety that a lot of people have.
I know people that will not buy an electric car because they're terrified
Oh, yeah.
of running out of charge.
I totally understand that.
Yeah.
But, you know, even just for city driving,
Right.
getting 42 miles per gallon,
That's incredible.
that's huge. That means less time at the gas station.
Yeah. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
So hybridization is definitely a big trend. What else is going on in the car world these days?
Well, I think another one is this focus on practicality and versatility.
Okay.
You know, people want vehicles that can handle their everyday needs.
Right.
Commuting, errands, maybe a little bit of hauling or towing. But they don't necessarily want some giant gas-guzzling SUV.
Right. And that's where the Maverick comes in.
That's exactly what it's designed for.
Yeah. Small enough to be easy to drive around the city.
Mm-hmm. But you can still, you know, throw stuff in the back of it or tow a small trailer.
Totally. It's a vehicle with a purpose.
Yes.
And that actually leads into another trend, which is this idea of purposeful design.
Okay.
Like, we're kind of moving away from this idea of cars just being big and flashy.
It's not about keeping up with the Joneses anymore.
Not so much. You know, consumers are getting smarter.
Yeah.
They're doing their research.
Right.
They want vehicles that are actually designed for their lives.
So it sounds like the Maverick is really tapping into that.
I think so. You know, it's appealing to people who are looking for something different,
Yeah.
something that reflects their values.
Right.
You know, their desire for efficiency, for practicality. maybe even a little bit of adventure.
Yeah. I like that. It's like the Maverick's challenging this whole idea of what a truck is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's proving you don't need a giant truck to get things done.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important message right now.
Yeah.
When we're trying to be more efficient.
Yeah.
Reduce our impact on the environment.
So the Maverick is a product of its time?
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, it's reflecting these changes that are happening in the world.
Right.
And it's doing it in a really cool way.
This is getting me excited.
Right.
I feel like I need to go test drive a Maverick.
I think you should.
Yeah. Any last thoughts before we wrap things up?
Yeah. You know, I think the biggest takeaway for me is that the Maverick shows you don't have to sacrifice practicality or efficiency to have a vehicle that's fun to drive and can handle a lot of different things.
Less is more.
Exactly. Sometimes less is more.
I like that. And for our listeners out there, if you're looking for a new vehicle, don't count out the Maverick.
Definitely check it out.
It might surprise you.
It might. And who knows, maybe it'll even inspire you to live a little bit differently.
That's a great way to put it. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the 2024 Ford Maverick.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of cars and trucks.